and talk about what I'm not doing and talking about what I should do. So, see, in my channel, I know IT is pretty much dry and cut. It's a instruction and it's a person and a teacher and an instructor. And I understand that. But each step that I went along in my IT journey, I always was thinking about people that were crossing that bridge for the first time, like me. And as I went along and I learned, I thought about things that I should express that weren't expressed with me. And then how I had to figure out some things on my own. So anything that I could remember and it could come to my head, I will break it down because I remember that they were some of the subjects that even though I could watch 100 YouTubes, they were kind of like skip over a certain detail of it, and I had to figure it out. So everyone's not going to be, detailed to the exact. Of course, you can't expect that. And I do respect any information I receive. But as I was receiving information, I always thought in the back of my head, um, how would I break it down to someone that didn't know or didn't understand? And I love this so much. I love tech so much. And I don't know half of the stuff I should know, but I did educate myself through whatever way I could for free. And then, secondarily, if I need to, you know, hop into school and get some credits, a computer science course, whatever. But all of the classes that I previously took are um, they're college credited. So when I step at the door to step into the university, they're going to take some credits off for all of the classes I've taken. And the classes I've taken, as expressed before, are A plus, Network plus, CCNA, a preliminary scholarship program to a boot camp for web coding design. I did a Word course and got a certification for it. And I have started on the cybersecurity endeavor. So it's funny because when you look back through time, you don't know that time goes so fast. And you may not even understand how much information you're inhaling. And when you don't use it, you lose it. I've said that before. But you don't lose it permanently. It just gets stored away, you know, in your memory in a compartment. And when someone starts to talk or you get some type of refreshment or spark around you to bring it back up, it automatically all comes back. So that's why I feel a little good because the A plus I got certified. Um, the CCNA I took next. I did not get certified, but I spent 2 years on it. I should have gotten certified, but I was not in a monetary position. And having 3 kids at the time and doing what I was doing, I wasn't so set on if I could afford a $500 certification. But it was to take it, get the information, and move on to the next class. That was what was most important to me because knowledge is key. And so um if I waited and let money decide my certifications, I'd have never got the information that I received. And if I still wait and let money decide my certifications or my knowledge, let the money decide, not the certification, but decide the knowledge, I'm still not going to receive all I can receive because everyone's not in a great position in life. And that's fine. Believe me, I'm here, I'm vibrant. I'm like a sponge. I'm still like a sponge. So as long as I'm like a sponge, it's okay. Long as the sponge doesn't harden and I'm not able to intake information, forget about it. As long as I can inhale information, I'm fine. And through these classes, it's good. As I explained before, I was working out in Jersey, and um, although I had a help desk title, I was not dealing with people calling and asking about their devices being shut down or can't get through or locked out the web or whatever. There was nothing like that. Or what I did under help desk was we punched up tickets and placed them on little tiny parcel and did revenue recovery, make sure that everything was where it was supposed to be, you know? And so I was doing that for 2 years. And I woke up and I said, hold on, I'm traveling 2 hours a day plus my shifts. And I'm not working where I should be at. Because at the time, I was going to a cybersecurity class. It was free, and I'm so appreciative for it. I'm not trying to down it on anyway. If you're a person that knows how to take initiative and be your teacher and your learner and have that drive, then this is perfect for you. But it wasn't the huge cybersecurity course. It was like one that that let employees know that you know the terminology and the basics of what it's about. Okay, it wasn't like at the school I'm trying to attend where they're gonna put you online and just say capture the flag, and I have to go and download the Linux and the virtual box and everything. No, it's not that. It was mostly reading. It was reading. Everything was online. They gave you everything you needed. They gave you an engine for questions, but there was no instructor. There was no instructor. And so at that point, I was filling out for jobs because it was near Christmas time. And one came through. And I said, oh my God, one came through, but I'm studying for the course. And I had been studying for the course like 3, 4 months. I went through the whole book on the last 2 weeks. I went through like the last 4 chapters. And it was like 25 chapters or something. And I went through all of the lingo and everything pertaining to cybersecurity. But when I knew I had a job, I hurry up and try to take the test. And then, look, this is my channel, our channel, however you want to put it. At the same time, I had a friend here, and I was trying to crash so I could take the test and make the job. So I'm gonna tell the truth. I had a friend here, and after like he would sit here with me, and after 4 or 5 hours, he'll go, can I watch TV? I'm like, oh my God, look, that's a whole nother segment. But this was all what's going on. So I tried to hurry up and take the test and I did not pass. And I started it was like a Thursday or Friday and I started work on that Monday and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And it's okay, it's fine. But I did digest the whole what do you call it? The whole syllabus and the whole book for it. I digested and I read through all of it. Okay. So we're gonna move on down the line. This is where that I attempted to get a scholarship for cybersecurity. And I think I repeated this on the first segment. I tried to get a scholarship for cybersecurity. I called myself going to my family house to like study for the tests and everything. And I got down there, it was just much going on. So, but whatever happened, it was like uh Corona time where first was coming going down last year. And so um people weren't in their office, so they made me do this capture the flag game, and they showed a percentage on the screen. And every time I captured a flag, it would go up like another 10, another 10. I would get up to like 20, 30. Then I got a call in, and then the people aren't there I originally spoke to, but they put me on the computer, and I call, and like I can't get through. And when I capture one of the flags, it'll say, "You've done great, great, moving on." You know, talk to your teacher to send you through the next part. So the way that the game they had me going through, which capture the flag is a game, and they had me going through that, it was like I had to keep contacting with the it's supposed to be an instructor, but they didn't understand I was trying to make the scholarship. And that, of course, the game didn't know that I needed to contact somebody every time it was time for them to put me through, for the game to put me through. So, to make a long story short, I came back to the city. I accidentally left my charger all in 1 week. And then by the time I ordered charger or whatever and got back to what I was supposed to do, you know, um, I had called the school. I called them during I ordered my charger, but then when I called him back like another week later or so, he was like they already started the class, started the next segment, and that right now the scholarship wasn't on. I said, damn, I really wanted this class. I really wanted that class. I was crashing out in Jersey, I mean in down south trying to get that make that course. And so I came back to New York. I said, I need some money. I need some quick money. And so I had been working in Jersey, and all during the pandemic when it first came out, I was even an essential worker, because my job required essential working no matter what's going on, you can still keep money in your pocket. So I was an essential worker. And I said, I'm not where I want to be. And I had already inquired about the IT department there and what was going on, and it wasn't anything that, you know, unless you were an analysis or a manager or a data, programmer or something, there was no position. There's no in between. There's no entry level help desk. There's none of that. So I came back to the city and I signed up for a home health aid class. And I said, well, I did home health 8 years ago and it's fast. And guess what? I'm going to get that scholarship for cybersecurity. And I need something where I can be flexible. At the same time, I have awesome customer service. All of my jobs were secretarial, helping people, assisting directors, assisting supervisors. So my customer service is in its A game, right? So I came back, I did the home health aid class, and I got a couple of clients, and immediately, we became attached to each other. And I was ready for the class. But like I said, the test that they had given me, um, I said it in the previous segment, that the test that they had given me, it was like all the math that I was able to ignore since my college days or my diploma days or GED days or high school diploma days. So they said don't say GED, say high school diploma. So since my diploma days or whatever. And so now I was being tested on how much I knew, as to if I knew enough to get over. I had to know enough to get that high score, and it knocked me on my ass. And so this summer, I was studying my math, reviewing my math, going hard. I was working with my current position as home health aide, but I'm also just keep reviewing help desk situations. I've been putting in uh help desk applications back to back to back to back to back. Help desk one. And because what happened is that being that my course, when I mean my last position, when I saw it said help desk, I went crazy. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be hired at this place for help desk. But when I got there, it wasn't the help desk where people call and, like I said, ask about their computer or printer jams or, you know, cloggy screens or unable. It wasn't none of those technical situations. So I really wasn't where I was supposed to be. It was a statistical situation. I made sure every day, I kid you not, 97, 98, 99, 98. One time I got 100 in 2 years, but like 95, 93, like everyone there knew me, to do, because wherever I go, I'm like Stella at whatever I do. I make sure that, you know, and I just do the best. You're not supposed to do something unless you do your best. So I was there and I was busting that out, and I was a essential worker, but I was not working with IT, so to speak. I was labeled. If you see my resume, you would think on site it's that, but it's not that. So I do break it down and let my employers know it was not that, but I was labeled as that. So, what I have to do now is just let my IT educational experience and my customer service um and my secretarial sciences and my fast typing, I've always been a good typer. I have to let that work for me because that's where I am. But like I said, I still have questions. I still have things that um I don't know, and IT is never ending. It never ends, you know. So there's still things that I want to know, that I'm curious about, or maybe that I might want to get into, because I find out from dabbing around, like with the web code design. I really like that a lot. I really did, and had it not been for my experience, I probably would have went into web code design. But the people that I signed up with, um, they mentioned and came to face with me that, you know, that's not a great place for a black woman. Am I sure I want to take the challenge? This is my channel, and I get to tell the truth on my channel. Okay. And I'm not talking about no personal hot topics, news. I'm talking about my experience, and I'm talking tech. Okay. And someone presented me with that situation while I did achieve, I did finish, and I did complete that course. And had I been able to follow up that course, it was a $15,000 scholarship to boot camp for web code and design. But um, A plus, Network Plus, and CCNA all fall into the networking category, and cybersecurity falls into the networking category. So the web code design was like something extraterrestrial to me. But had I been an art major or into the arts like that, or knew some background on being an artistic person when it comes to visual artistry, I would have stayed there and made sure that I made that boot camp. But what I did was after I completed that, the preliminary, the people weren't following up with me. I spoke to them and they said they'd get back to me. And when I was persistent to pursue the class, I would ask questions and I wasn't being helped, the way I should have. I've never experienced that. The A plus, Network plus, CCNA, the Microsoft Word, and when I was in the cybersecurity, I didn't have an instructor, but the people that could just give you general knowledge. Everyone was into whatever question I had to say or whatever that I was trying to do. It was only there that the guy mentioned, asked me, you're a black woman, you know that? Yeah, yeah. And then after that class is when I started seeing articles and it was coming on in the news and stuff that they wanted women in IT. Why? Because a woman nurtures her offspring, right? In a way, in a certain way, and a protected way. And so that the IT companies wanted and were encouraging women to go into the field because it is a respected thing. And so I felt like a like a Harriet Tubman of my time, kind of like trying to get into the IT. But that was earlier. And things change and they evolve, you know and there's no problems like that unless you come across people that are concentrating on color. Other than that, you can knock color out the way and just go ahead and do your job and be yourself and let the person be expressive. And if it's instructors, let them tell you what they want. And if you are the worker, you go ahead and deliver the job. Then you don't have issues like that. But I was reminded of that. So I like to share that. Anybody want to comment? It's up to you. It's okay. Whatever. And so after that, I went and I did a little work. I did a Microsoft Word. I was in the Microsoft Suite class, but I ended up doing Microsoft Word. Um, I did Microsoft Word. I could have kept doing PowerPoint, everything, but I wasn't into the user friendly situation. I tried that out. So after um, A plus, CCNA, Network Plus, Web Code Design, I did a web code. I did a Microsoft Word class, and it was cool. That one also wasn't really like an instructor. They were ladies that watched the class, but you were supervised there and they know they'll tell you, go back through it, do it again, do it again. So if they felt so. So I passed that class with flying colors. It was good. I loved it, you know. And like I said, once you get the information, it can't be taken away from you. And I liked it, but I understood at that point from going through all my network classes that I belong in network and cyber, period. So anything I do, I want it to be geared towards networking and or cyber. You know, um, I've been looking. You gotta crawl before you walk. I've been looking into the Google IT support course, and I understand that it's like $300, but what that course will do for me, it will make me review that terminology. So, from what I know and what I'm trying to find out, it will fill in all those patches because remember, I never worked in a ticket system before and I never got training for a real desktop support position. Tier 1. One is entry level. So when I see tier 2, I don't apply. And those are my next two steps. But when I come back next time, I want to go live and I want to ask some questions. And anybody from the tech audience that wants to join in, even Lee can come in. But I just want to pick different topics at the time. Sometimes my topic might last for 3 segments, 1 segment, 2 second segments, maybe five. I don't know. But this is my last couple of seconds. I like to say thank you. It was great, great. Thank you for